say, first of all, as a former teacher, it's always a little anxiety-ridden to have people behind you, so I'm relying on this group to be on their best behavior. Clist and I are thrilled to be here. We very much appreciate this extraordinary turnout. And I thought I would talk briefly about some very key ideas and maybe throw it open for questions and let you direct where we're going. First, if we're going to have an effective long-term foreign policy, we have to get the American economy growing again. We have to create jobs. We have to put Americans back to work. You cannot balance the budget at 9 or 10% unemployment. And so the number one challenge for the next president is to adopt a set of policies that will create jobs and that will make the economy very, very dynamic. And having worked with Reagan in the 80s, we had a very straightforward policy of lower taxes, less regulation, more American energy, and praising the people who create jobs, which led to about 16 million new jobs in the 80s. I then came back as Speaker of the House after the economy had stagnated, picked up the Reagan playbook, lower taxes, less regulation, more American energy, working with people who want to create jobs. We reformed welfare. 2 out of 3 people went to work or went to school. We cut taxes for the first time in 16 years, and the largest capital gains tax cut in history. Unemployment dropped to 4.2%. We had 11 million new jobs in 4 years. And in 1997, we signed the Balanced Budget Act, which led to 4 consecutive balanced budgets. Now, I cite that because President Obama is doing almost exactly the opposite. Reagan and Gingrich are for lower taxes. Obama is for higher taxes. Reagan and Gingrich are for less regulation. Obama is for more regulation. Reagan and Gingrich believe in American energy. Obama is against American energy. Reagan and Gingrich believe that the people who create jobs really matter. Obama wants to engage in class warfare. And that's how dramatically different. That's why he's having a hard time. You know, when you have a president who cancels the Keystone Pipeline, literally forcing the Canadians towards a partnership with China. I mean, it's incredible that the Obama White House is this shallow and this political and this lacking in concern. And in the process, of course, they kill jobs. 30,000 to 50,000 jobs building the pipeline, jobs running the pipeline, jobs in Houston processing the oil, jobs in the ports shipping the oil. All those jobs for the next 50 years. All of that being thrown away to satisfy a half-dozen extremists in San Francisco. That's how fundamentally unbalanced the Obama administration is about practical reality. So the first commitment we have is to create jobs, because if we create jobs, we reduce government spending, we increase government revenues as people go back to work, and we have the energy and the drive to sustain our capacity to lead the world. The second thing we have to do is create an American energy plan. It's very important that we use our own resources. We have more oil, gas, coal than any other country in the world. You take our total energy supply, it is bigger than Saudi Arabia, bigger than Russia, bigger than Canada. And yet you have a government which is against using it. So my goal would be to have an extraordinary increase in American energy, which will create American jobs, which will also create much better balance of payments, because we'll keep $400 or $500 billion a year here at home instead of sending it overseas. It will eliminate our dependence on Venezuela, Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia,